menorah is designed to mimic a real menorah. The menorah is lit each night of Chanukah. One candle the first night, two the second, and candles are added right to left until the 8th night. When lit, the order is newest candle first, left to right, so on day 3 is candle 3, then 2, and then 1. We started with a planning session and created a design and material list. Then we constructed a huge wooden frame, almost 80 square feet. The frame was covered in chicken wire to hold the LED ropes, and the design was recreated on the chicken wire using masking tape. Then came the LEDs, which had to be measured, cut to size, and wired up with the connections heat shrunk to keep them waterproof. The LEDs were then attached to the chicken wire with wire ties. We ended up with close to 40 circuits that would need to be individually turned on and off, and so to do this, we used this. What is this?
A Raspberry Pi.
That's right, it's a Raspberry Pi, a teeny powerful, programmable credit card-sized computer priced starting at about $5. But we had to contend with two technical challenges. Firstly, the Raspberry Pi can talk to external circuits using the pins at the top, but there aren't anywhere near enough of them for our menorah. And secondly, the Pi doesn't put out anywhere near enough power for all of our LEDs. To solve the first problem, we used these shift register chips. Each one allows the Pi to control 16 connections, so 3 chips do the trick. To solve the second problem, we use transistors, electronic switches. Pass them a little power, and they can turn on a whole lot more. We started development on a breadboard, but with hundreds of components and connections, that quickly became unmanageable. So we created a schematic, turned it into a board design, and fabricated a PCB to hold our components. Next came soldering, lots and lots of soldering, until we ended up with this finished board, which didn't quite work as expected. The problem is that transistors can leak, and we were experiencing very inconsistent leakage that caused the lights to sometimes not turn off properly. Now this is resolvable, but with Chanukah less than 2 weeks away, we switched to plan B and replaced the transistors with mechanical switches, relays, and specifically with this relay board called a Custard Pi 6. We then 3D printed bases for the components and mounted everything to a board, including a Wi-Fi dongle, allowing the menorah to be reprogrammed as needed. The board was then mounted onto the back of the menorah frame and wired up. Finally, we wrote Python code which turns on and off all the switches as needed and mounted the entire display on our house. And there you have it. LEDs, a Raspberry Pi, components and invaluable technical assistance from the good people at Adafruit, and some Python code put it all together for a pretty epic Chanukah display. Happy Chanukah.